Peace, everybody. It's gonna be short before I get back to door dashing. I want to make sure everyone understands the reason why this title of this says reality is a prison, breaking the controlled reality. We live in what some people call the prison planet. They looked at it from, the Constitution point of view. Then you have people saying we live in a prison planet, we live in a holographic universe, and people are in control. And I was like, I remember one day someone was saying we're gonna merge into third and fourth dimension. Oh, we're gonna merge out of third dimension into fourth dimension. But I want to tell you guys something that actually we do not live in third dimension. Let me show you one of the best examples I can show you. Where is it at? Where is it at? I just passed it to. I just passed it. And I think I passed it again. All right, I'm gonna find it, y'all. Give me a second. Give me a moment. Here it is. So this is the reality that we live in today. That's it right there. We do not live in three dimension. We live in two dimension. If your pinnacle of existence is get money, get flashy things, you don't even live in two dimension. You live in one dimension. Literally. People who live in two dimension, this is the way you see the world. People who live in three dimension, that's how they see the world. You get there's a very big difference. Two dimensional, three dimensional. I elevated myself from three dimension to four dimension. If you can see what I am showing you, then you are merging between second and third. But let me find this other one. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, when I look at this, I see this. This is living in fourth dimension. When you can see this and see that, okay? You see the letter A? You see the letter A right there. I didn't need my phone with Google Earth or Google Earth on my laptop. When I look at this, I am looking at this from the perspective of being at this position. Okay? Now, the reason why I am capable of observing this and seeing this, which is that, okay? Because I know a very, very important thing to do, and that is flexing my olfactory bulb. The reason why I was able to break through reality was because I flexed my olfactory bulb. Many might need, you know, drugs to see the world the way I do. In two dimension, I don't have an image. I don't even want to load it up right now. But I can show you this in 2D. It's not easy to make out in two dimension. The world in 2D, which majority of the people on planet Earth live, is two dimensional. Many are merging between one dimension and two dimensional. I am a fourth to fifth dimensional being. And it wasn't until recently because I need that help and that push. I'm bombarded with all the toxins in the air, all the chemicals being sprayed in the atmosphere, all the stuff put in the food. I am even driving this vehicle. There's a toxin that's being released through these vents, and I can feel it. But what happened was I learned how to flex my olfactory bulb. And once I mastered flexing my olfactory bulb, which 10 years ago I did not know how to explain what I was doing. It took me 8 years to explain what I was doing, why I was able to see stuff, why I was able to catch things. It wasn't just because I read or a whole bunch of stuff. It wasn't that. It was a technique that I did. It's meditating and flexing your olfactory bulb. When you flex your olfactory bulb and you master that, you slow down your breathing, you slow your heartbeat. I can do this at will. What helped me fully master this was because I became a massage therapist and I learned from old Asian women, specifically from China, Qingdao province. And they, you know, they practiced many different forms of meditation. They also were doing Tai Chi, and I joined them as they did Tai Chi. I didn't get fully into Tai Chi as much as they were, but I did. I did the basics, and I did it for months. In fact, I would say over a year. I have mastered how to massage people and remove pain from their body, not just rubbing on somebody and getting them sexually stimulated, or just use warming up your hands and rubbing on them and giving the healing of warm hands, which actually the healing through warm hands is, it works, but it does not remove. By flexing my olfactory bulb, and while flexing my olfactory bulb, agitating the keratin within my body, by agitating my fingernails rapidly until my fingernails become frequency pulsating, becomes a frequency pulsating tool. This is how I did these things. So from that is how I broke reality. Now I'm just giving, this is just basically an introduction to what I'm going to share on Supreme Chief Holiday's channel. And I'm not trying to say that I am better than anyone, but what I am saying is I spent a lot of time studying my body, a lot of time studying myself and really knowing myself. Many people just say the word, they know themselves. You know, they some get on psychedelics and they feel, They know themselves. Um, some psychedelics, it yeah, you cannot do anything but know yourself and have to break through a form of this reality. But flexing the olfactory bulb, agitating the keratin in my body, this is how I rejuvenate my body. This is how I heal myself. And soon, this Monday, I'm going to share a priceless technique. This is technique that you'll find people in Tibet barely mastering in their 80s. You're going to find people in Africa barely mastering these things in their 40s. I've had healing hands since a child. But once I really understood what I was doing as a child, which was shaking, well, I'm not going to give all the details to it. So it's time to move outside of this dimension. In reality, being broke. If you are going by the Western standard of life, science, any of their 101s, if you are into this uh, conflicting confrontation and uh, confusion, conflicting confrontational confusion, three C's. If you are into these things, that means you're debating, you're going back and forth with people, you're cussing people out, and all these different things. But I can no longer participate in these things because I do not operate in one dimension. Those who, when they wake up, all they could think about is another person and that they have to prove them wrong. You are a one dimensional person. If all your goals are just something that's just making money, you are a one dimensional person. If you're a person that lives the family life and you're caring and concerning and you know you hang out and you're like cool, the guy that everybody likes and stuff, and you know many of these YouTube people who get a lot of subscribers and likes and all these things, you are a two-dimensional person. A true three-dimensional person are those you see who go above and beyond. Those motivational speakers. Yeah, a lot of them will be rich because they made it to third dimension and they said, you know what? I'm breaking free from reality, but I'm still operating within reality. So I'm going to be a motivational speaker. But they're moving between two and three dimension. There are those, some might take some stuff, ayahuasca, licking a toad, uh, um, um, what is it? Gnome, Nsanom, or any other type of obs. You're taking a substance to break you free from these things. And I myself have purchased stuff from all over the world to help me in this reality in order to move throughout this reality and break free from that reality. But now it's time that I share with everyone that you too can break free from this reality. This reality that we live in today is the reality of pandemic, rap music, sports, acting, appealing to the lower nature, as in being hood, gangbanging. These realities are lower nature, and I will no longer operate in a lower nature. I have broke free from reality. I can no longer operate in your reality. So it's time for me to teach you how to break free. Peace.